I already played in 2 Lorwyn Eclipsed pre-release events, and these are my first impressions. Before I start to talk about all the cards that I think really impressed me during the pre-release today, I just want to say overall, my big impression so far has been that you should play one of the main 5 tribal archetypes and not play any of the 5 other ones if your pool allows it. Just because whenever I played against someone who didn't have like a tribal deck, their power level just seemed to be really low and the synergies never really came together. So my first deck in the pre-release was all about elementals, but I don't actually think it's that good, so I don't think you should try to force it if that's not what's in your pool. My opponents just didn't have enough removal to deal with all of my different combo pieces, but I will say play as many copies of Changeling Wayfinder as you can because it helps you fix your mana and it's a changeling. And all of these basic land cycling cards like Stratosaur and this Zealot here are really amazing for fixing and just making sure you hit your land drops. And also this Zealot has won me games by itself because it's a 6 mana 6/5 that also draws you a card. And then very quickly, some of the overperformers I would say is this Core card, which helps you with your fixing, and of course it just becomes a 4 mana 4/4 if you need to block with it, which it makes it better than all the other mana rocks. Aquatex Defenses blows out so many cards. It's good as a combat trick and as a protection spell, so be careful of this if you're playing someone in blue. This Gristle Glutton guy, so I actually thought Blight decks would be pretty bad, but the trick is you need to find a way to consistently put Blight counters on your creatures for free, and this guy does it perfectly. So if you are doing a Blight deck, then make sure you have this one. Next, I want to talk about this whole cycle of uncommon hybrid cards. There's one for each color pair that lets you get that type of creature or that type of land. All of them are basically really good. So if you get them, try to play them because they're all automatic 2-for-1s. This is the typical Oblivion Ring effect we get in white every set, but they made it 4 mana instead of 3, and it makes a huge difference. So this card actually is not as good as it normally is in other sets. And like I mentioned at the beginning, I think you should try to play a tribal deck if you can. So all the shapeshifters, even this one, is actually pretty good just because of the synergy that you get. And overall, one of the best removal spells in the set so far has been this Blossom Bind in blue. Just remember, it doesn't have flash. You can only play it on your turn, but it already taps the creature down for you, and it doesn't let them put the Blight counters on it. So there isn't really any downsides to playing against this card. And obviously, I won a lot of my games just purely from playing Aurora Awakener, and I have noticed that playing Vivid or activating Vivid for like 3 or 4 colors is really not that hard because there's a bunch of cards that come with hybrid mana costs that just allow you to trigger this very, very easily. And if you want an overall breakdown of Lorwyn Eclipse before you go to your pre-release this weekend, then you're going to watch this video right here. I break down all the different archetypes, all the combat tricks, and all the counter spells and everything that you need to know.